Attention, African university and high school students. Get ready to innovate and make an impact. A2SV presents the Generative AI for Africa Hackathon. Whether you are an AI expert, a passionate programmer, or just curious about coding, we want you to apply. With workshops to guide you, even those new to AI can learn, join, and shine. Compete for a share of the 30,000 US dollars prize pool. If you make it to the final, you will fly to Ethiopia to meet our exceptional team and jury members. Engage with innovative minds, participate in projects that can make a real difference. This isn't just about winning. It is about setting a mark in the digital transformation of Africa. Mark your calendars for August 19th, but most importantly, apply now. This is your moment to shine, to define the future of Africa with technology. Do not miss out. Register today. Together, let's innovate, collaborate, and unlock the incredible potential of Africa. Because we can only achieve greatness together. Thank you. Attention, African university and high school students. Get ready to innovate and make an impact.
Hello there, Ekin. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me too?
Yes, perfect. And I'm going to leave the stage to our anchor, BUchain, our guest.
Great.
Ekin. Here.
Great.
All right. Hello, everyone. First of all, welcome back from our previous session. I hope it was a very insightful and also very useful sessions of the previous session. And I am very sure that this session will be also very significantly insightful. I hope you guys will learn new things, new materials. So today, in this time, we'll try to talk mostly about the hackathon dynamics. So Mr. Ekin is with us. He will be presenting about the general structures about the hackathon dynamics and things you guys need to do during this hackathon and some common pitfalls that you guys need to be aware of. So let me not waste any other time. I will leave the stage for Mr. Ekin. The stage is yours. Please continue.
Okay. Thank you, Farouz. Ready? It's a pleasure to meet you here. It's a pleasure to meet the future talents of the world, who will benefit the world in many ways. And today we'll talk about the hackathons and the dynamics in the hackathons. What we'll be together in hackathon, what we need to do, where you can fall, what you need to do in a team, the development process of a project, and about that. If you have any questions about hackathon and any other through presentation, just you can say. Okay, I'm gonna start with our presentation now. I'm gonna share my screen.
Ekin, before we get started, could you please tell us a bit more about yourself and your experience with hackathons so far?
Yeah, okay. I will say it in the presentation, but yeah, I can start now, and it will be better for me. Actually, I'm Ekin. I'm a engineering and economics student in Boğaziçi University in Turkey. it's the most prestigious university in Turkey. In my hackathon, I worked for corporate banking. I worked in banks. I'm currently working on a crypto startup and data analytics, data analyst. Actually, I have attended many hackathons in the world, in Prague, in Barcelona, in Istanbul, all around the world, and also I have won two of them, and I was in Barcelona and at a privacy in Istanbul. Our project was about user encryption for everyone, and the project in the world checker in Barcelona was about renting real estate in the world by crypto, and it's a legal process and making it accessible to everyone, like what A2SV doing. Our focus was making these things accessible for everyone, because we live in a very class society, and as entrepreneurs and as tech people, we're trying to solve the problems about inequality, inaccessibility, especially in Africa and the Middle East and the Southeast Asia. So myself, I created my project for hackathons, and I learned a little about hackathons. I have been in many different teams. I learned about their structures. I learned about their thing types, and the hackathon is about uh, not just about coding. It's about creating the idea. It's about creating a strategy in the long term. It's about creating a solution for the people. From the people to the people. This is the main thing of the hackathon. Of course, the coding type section is very important, but today also we will focus on the humanitarian side of an hackathon. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen now. And this Mr. Emre, Mr. Varol, do you want to add something to the intro?
Well, Ekin, thank you very much for this lovely intro and giving us a common understanding of what hackathons are. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna submit to our screen. Yeah, I think you can see now. Can you see the screen and the presentation? Okay, I think you can see. We will talk about the innovation firstly, the unleashing innovation, the dynamics of a hackathon. The firstly, introduction. What is a hackathon? Do you have any idea about it? What is a hackathon? From the things you learned so far in your previous knowledge. Do you have any idea, guys? Or Mr. Viral, do you want to add something?
We had previously a hackathon, internal A2SV hackathon, where only A2SVs were eligible to apply. We had it about like 3 months ago or so. So most of the people you see here were part of that hackathon as well.
Oh, great. How was the experience, guys? What did you learn from the hackathon? How was it? How did it went? How did it go? And then if you don't want to add something, I can go.
So the hackathon was a bit smaller earlier, but it was very fun, and there were quite good like problem solving and project ideas, and it was fun one.
Oh, it's great to hear you. It's good to hear you. And we'll talk about the fostering innovation, the intense and collaborative, breaking down the barriers, and making solutions. It's our main structures of the hackathon. Creating innovation, and I think a person who is attending the hackathon thinks first, what is our problem now, or what is this company's problem now, and think analytically about the problem, solving the problem. Where we need to start about that, or in the what will be our way to solve that, and what's the advantages for this problem for this hackathon, how they can add the hackathons organization team or company can add us in this hackathon, or what does our team can do, and it's more important. One of the more important things in this hackathon is knowing your team, know what they can do, your teammates, what's their pros, what their cons, what if you're a team coming from a university, coming from the tech, or electrical engineering, electrical engineering better, right? The commission is better. You know the problems of a student. Problems of a youngster, and then you can solve a problem of a youngster better. So this will be a good advantage for you to solve in hackathon. And one of the main things in the life is, I think, it's a team. It's just what makes us human. And if you understand our team is better, if you understand our competitors better, what can they do, and also the hackathon organizers team, what they expect from us, we can create a more correct, a more suitable project for the hackathon, right? And also breaking down barriers is also very important. You can start with expecting games like Hanging Man, like Jingo, to learn about your team, learn about your friends, and create more sensory environments, right? Because it's not just about working. You will work with your teammates 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day. So you will be friends in this way. Much more better friends if you're friends also. And you need to work very close. So you need to understand each other better. You need to understand each other's what they do, what do they like, what do they don't like. It's very important for you for a hackathon, also breaking down the barriers, understanding each other, and very good making solutions. And like I think hackathon about critical generative AI, right? Everybody has an idea in generative AI, right? They can create a copywriting generative AI. They can create a generative AI for geography. They can create a generative AI for a game. But if you came for just a specific idea, which your a team suitable for, like if you're a student, if you're a student, you create a generative AI for circuits, circuits education especially, because it's better, and it's very much different from the other hackathon ideas, and it's very suitable for you. You can create an edge against others, and it's very important in hackathons also. And we asked the question, and I will going to go to the team formation now. In every team, diversity is very important aspect for sure. In the avoiding skill sets, because why is the diversity important? Do you have any idea, guys? Why is the diversity important in a hackathon team or any team in the world? Why do you think it's important on diversity? Should we have diversity in our teams, right? Should we? Yeah.
If we have varying skill sets, then if one of us cannot do something, then the other team member would be good to fill that void or to fill that position, I think.
Any other idea about that, especially cultural diversity or coming from different countries?
Yeah, since everyone is different and everyone comes from different backgrounds, they all will have something to add on. If they're like discussing on an issue or like an idea, all different backgrounds come together to cook and like bake a greater more ideas. So it's gonna be a more seasoned and like diversified ideas and like solutions for different like setbacks they're gonna have.
Okay. Good idea. Good idea. And another idea, guys, for diversity, especially from cultural and national diversity in a team. Okay, I will continue. And think like a box. I like this example. Think like a box. I'm looking from here, right? And you click from your right side. You can look from your another person can look from your its left side. So we can see it turn to the right. We can see it in 3D. So it will be much better for us to understand the structure, right? So diversity is important in SecPad because uh, I think if you need to understand something, if in this like a mug here, I need to you need to look from the different side of it, right? I think I'm a person. I look from this side, and I can see just this side of it. But you look from this side, and you can see the other side of it. So we can together, if you talk about that mic, we can understand the whole aspect of it. We can set this project much better, and also a strong team consists a designer, a software developer, and a business developer. I want to start with designer. Designer generally designs all designs the project, designs the marketing materials, designs the presentation, the structure of a presentation, and the marketing strategy generally. And also, the software developer develops the web flow of the project, maybe at the Android side of the project, iOS side of the project. It creates as escalation as a human, and as a designer, it creates the leader of a human, the outside of the human. Think like now we have escalation of a human as a developer, as a structure. We have the ladder of a human uh, as a designer, so we can see it, how beautiful she is or how handsome is he is. But we need the soul for it, right? We need the brain inside of it to make it move, make it create, make it think. So if we have a business developer for that, who will speak about project, who will speak about the project to you to understand it better, to develop the project, to look to competitors, what can we improve, what do they do better than us, what we make us what we make us better, what do we make better than them, and there's a soul in the all humans, right? Right. So it's important to have like if you don't have skeleton, we have just ladder and soul. It means nothing. Like you could meal just sitting in the chair all through life. If you don't have the ladder, with just skeleton, it works, but it works. I can move, but it doesn't look like you, and people won't care about you. If you don't have a soul, you can just a beautiful mug, but nobody will have an idea about you, so they won't buy you. They won't look at you. So it's very important to have these three aspects: business developer, a designer, and the developer for the software generally. Or it can be a technical person who's creating the hardware, who's creating the circuits for the project. So it's very important. And then also I think like I have an engineering background, someone have marketing background. We look at the project different size for sure. Like he sees the better side of marketing, better side of design. I see the structure and mechanisms for that. So if it work together, we can create a soul. We can see escalation and the ladder for of it. So we can create a much better project. And the one of the one of the most important things in the information is open communication. And I think like I have an idea, but I'm upset to tell it to you because I think you can get antagonized to me, you can get angry to me. So I just escaped to tell you to this problem. So it's the start for a project, right? And it can be a problem in the escalation, in developing. It can be a problem in the ladder, in the design. It can be in the soul, in the business developments. But the communication is important in suspects because we will have problems in the project, right? You will all have problems in projects, but you need to solve it in open communication, because as a human, I can understand what you're doing now. And if I ask you it, you will answer me in any way, and I can understand a part of it. What do you think? And I can understand we can create a more homogeneous project together. Because, like, as a previous example, think of a human. If this escalation is a problem, it will destroy the ladder. If it solves the problem, the escalation will move unconsciously. If the ladder is a problem, it will destroy the soul, it will destroy the escalation, create a huge problem. So if you want to create a effective team, we need to have open communication, to understand each other, to create the project much homogeneous way. I will give an example about that. As a hackathon in the Hackathon in Istanbul, we had a team from one designer, one developer is me, and one developer with my friends, and we couldn't understand each other in the project because one of us going to create a project for monetizing it. Myself, I want to create it for the project for the common people, the ordinary Joe, to make it cheap for accessible to everyone. We couldn't reach the understanding each other's ideas in the way we talk. So we had a pressure in the team. We could, we had flaws in the team, and we couldn't make the project. And the exact day it's required. But if we could understand each other, think, why does he think like that? Why does he want to do it like that? And we should talk about the pros and cons of it, and what we can change about it. We could change it and make it in the middle way of it. Also, it's important in open communication to create a middle way between the both sides. And as icebreaking tactic in their team, and because I know your friends in your team, but think like you're starting a new project, right? It will go for 2 days, 3 days. It's a long time, and sometimes you just get fun you can just play video games in your free time, or you can talk with each other, like some activities like a two truths and lie to make it much funnier, and I enjoy the moment. Like I give an example about this game. I will tell you about two truths and one lie about me, and you need to find a lie about me, and to continue by person to person. Then you use the tell two truths about and the lie about you, and it will continue like that. And I will start with the two truths and the lie. Firstly, I have an engineering background, so in my mathematics and I love physics. And second fact, I like eating. I love eating. I'm a director of gastronomy. And the third fact about me, I love planes. I like getting to fly. I like to see the sky. And can you tell me about which one do you think is a lie? Do you have any idea about that? And have you understood the game, guys?
So Ekin, I think the game dynamics is everybody tells three things about themselves, and two of them are truths, and one of them is a lie. And I guess the task is to spot which one is a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can also give you two facts about you, and they can find the lie inside of it. Then it can continue for a while.
So would you like to simulate with, let's say, two team members? Do we have any volunteers, team?
Yeah, it will be nice. And also you can go. You can try it.
All right, so we have IPSA, and let's get one more volunteer team. All right, looks like BabeNet is also volunteering. Oh, actually, Kalab BUchain. Yes. IPSA, first, let's get to know you. Could you please tell us 3 things about yourself?
Yes, I'm right. So yeah, my name is Ibsa Abraham, and I'm currently studying software engineering at A2SV Science and Technology University, and I'm also one of the heads of education at A2SV. And the one more thing would be I'm currently like a project leader for Escalate Africa.
IPSA, thank you very much. Though I think these are all truths about yourself. No? Is there one lie in it?
Okay, maybe.
So let's go with 3 new statements.
Yeah.
Okay. What can I say? They say I'm tall, and I'm also I do not know how to drive.
Oh.
And I like playing football.
I think the second one is a lie. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not pretty good at that, this game. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
IPSA?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we have some guesses, I guess. Like, Ekin said he's going to go with 2. And in the chat, I see 1, 2, and 1, 3.
So, like, should I reveal the answer?
Please do.
Yeah, that was nice.
So, yeah, in fact, I do not know how to drive. And I'm also... the others are true.
Oh, great. You love soccer. It's great. It's great. I like it. I love soccer too. Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Another...
So, Kalab.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so general truth about myself. So I'm also A2SV member, and I'm freshly graduated. That's more, and I'm head of education intern. So I'm currently in charge of remote education. So that's more of a general statement about myself. So should I say 3 statements?
Yeah, it would be nice about to hear it.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, first statement, I know how to swim. Second statement, I can run 50 kilometers under 90 minutes. And third statement, I have beaten a chess master once in my life. So which one do you think is false?
How can someone run that fast, man? I don't know.
When
so
I say
fast.
90 minutes, 90.
Oh.
90, I think it's 90. Oh, should I reveal the answer or?
So we got the guesses. Let me see the statistics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 votes for 2. 5 votes for 3. And these are dominating. There are only 2 ones.
Okay, so I should reveal the answer.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the chess, I'm a mediocre chess player, but once in my life I have beaten a chess master. That's why one thing I'm proud of, it was an online chess tournament. And for the running part, at my best fit, I could run 15 or 14 kilometers in 19 minutes. But as for swimming, I have tried to learn to swim for many years now, almost 6 years, but I still can't learn how to swim. So the first one is false.
Well,
Great,
thank
great.
you very much, Caleb. Ekin, back to you.
Yeah, okay. Great, Caleb. Good to hear it from you. And I will give under 3 statements about me, and also Mr. Varel can go, I think, for a while. And I will give 3 statements as an engineer. The person, I love eating, I love gastronomy as first statement. As second statement, I'm on our 100 kilogram as weight. And the third statement is I love flying, I love planes, I love the sky. Which one do you think is the false one? You can guess from chat. Oh. I love 3 and 2 and 3. Interesting to hear about that. Yeah. Also, actually, the third one was false. I hate flying. I hate planes. Because if I need to do that, I do it. But I had planes. But I'm over 100 kilograms. Also, I'm actually 103 kilograms weight. Actually, eating for too much bread, possibly. In Turkey, we eat too much bread in our lives. And also, I love Ethiopian cuisine. It's very good. Generally it's in Istanbul. Yeah, that one's false. And Mr. Varel, do you want to go with the 3 segments?
Like I think we have seen enough examples of it. Just
Okay.
for the sake of using time efficiently, I would recommend proceeding. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Again.
sir. Okay, sir. Yeah, we're back to the information. Yeah, I went to the third page. Some pressure. As you know, every hackathon has its own time limit, right? Because we don't have unlimited time in our life. If you want to develop a solution to a problem, we need to make it in a short time, because someone can make this solution before us, or this problem can expire, or this machine can be broken. There can be many problems about this problem. So also in hackathons is like real life, and we need a specific time pressure, specific timeline for us, and therefore we need to prioritize our tasks in order to make it more analytical. Like think like as a sheep. If as a sheep I don't know where to land as a port, I can just sail out onto ocean, right? I can get to where wind blows, and I'm just sail on the ocean with no specific task. But if I had a task like taking wheat from Addis Ababa, then going to the Oman, like it would create me a schedule so I can work efficiently, and I can spend my energy to specific tasks to gain much more from them. And as I said, I mean, there's some limited time, so we need to be quick in the decision making process. You will have many decision making processes in your hackathon. Like a project is like a Lego block. It has huge number of minimal parts in it, like thousands of it. So maybe in a hackathon project, you will have to decide 15, 20 decision making processes inside of it. Each one of them will affect your project. Maybe some of them affect it a little bit. Some of them will affect much than others. And so, as like think, I have 3 days for the hackathon, 2 or 3 days. So I will have 15 decisions. I will have it means I have 5 decisions a day, so I don't have an unlimited sum. So I have to think fast. I can ask ChatGPT. I can ask Google. Also, we talked about it in the previous slide. We can ask our friends about it. Get open communication and talk with our developer, designer, and the business developer to create see the problem in many different aspects, many different side effects, to understand it better. And the rapid development is also very important in a hackathon, and because, as I said, the thinking like a machine broken in the factory, but a machine has problems, there's sometimes flaws. It can go worse in this process. We will lose money. We will lose electricity. We need to pay for our workforce. We need to pay for our materials. We have some orders around the world, so it will be a huge problem for us. Like this is same in Hackathon. We will lose time. We will lose motivation. We will lose some ideas in this process. Also, if you make it fast in the first or 2 days of development, we'll have much more time to think about it. So see its problems, see its project's flaws, and it's really important to have a rapid development in the channel. And also, delegating responsibilities is very important, right? As a human, we have limited workforce, the person also. As a business developer, I can see just I know just the developer side, right? Or I can just see the marketing side of it. I need to ask my friends to do that, design friends to do, create a design to use marketing. I can ask my business developer friend to how this mechanism will work in the software. And if I don't delegate my responsibilities, it will make me much less effective. It will make the project much less effective. And if I got the good responsibilities, it will also increase my friendship with my friends in the team. So it creates a stronger bond in between us. So it's also very important to have it. And I want you to create a hackathon timeline now, and about what can we do, what do you want to do in hackathon? What do you think has been done in hackathon? What you have done in hackathon in the timeline? What do you think about it, guys?
Ekin, I would say in a time-boxed environment like Hackathon, where in a short while we are supposed to produce high-quality output, creating a timeline and sticking with it is going to be an important one. Because if we were able to change the deadline, maybe you can tolerate not having a timeline. However, in a place like Hackathon, there is an end, and we know what time it is going to end. For that reason, like making the planning, creating the timeline will be crucial. So what's next? Obviously, task prioritization, because there is a lot to do. In any project, there is a lot to do. And we need to know which of those tasks are the most important ones. And we should start from those. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're about to give a presentation. So it is very important to have the outline of the presentation ready and have the content ready. So this may be more important than the background color. Or let's say an illustration that is going to be added to slide 5. And task prioritization can help us to put our focus on areas that actually matters. So next, we need quick decision making. So there are some important decisions that are going to be taken as a team. Shall we use this technology, that technology? Shall we include this feature in our MVP? should we focus on this direction, that direction? So it is important to keep in mind that there is a limited time. Therefore, yes, let teammates bring values, different opinions to the table. At the same time, we need to execute with quick decisions. And the development also needs to be rapid because we have to deliver something by the end. At the end, we will have the presentations. And the presentations are going to be decisive whether we will proceed to the to the semifinals or not. And finally, delegating responsibilities, or maybe we should say distributing responsibilities. Maybe the team lead is going to delegate, but as a team, our responsibility is more of distributing what needs to be done. And we need them all. And this is actually coming because of the time pressure, because there is a set deadline. And by considering these, by practicing these, we can increase our odds of success. Thank you, and back to you, Ekin.
It was great to hear from you. It was very precise. Yeah. I want to say the same thing. We do have a timeline for the creator tasks. We don't know where we need to go. We should know who will do the same responsibility, who will design the ads, who will create the business project, will look to the competitors. As you are a very tight team, 3 or 4 people, you will need to have each other's responsibilities in its timeline. Sometimes business development phases are very intense. Sometimes in some hackathons, development phases very intense. So you can need to delegate your responsibility as a developer to the business developer to use it in a better way, his time in a better way, and a more efficient way. So delegating responsibility is very important in hackathons because we have limited people, we have limited time, but we have unlimited ideas. So that's very important to delegate it to each other. Yeah. And I will continue with creativity and innovation now. And as you know, we have unlimited ideas in the world. It can be everything like creating a green tomato to a purple bread, things like that. But the innovations can be realistic in hackathons, and but they can be creative in the same way. You will see many projects in the world who has creativity but not realistically. You can see many projects in the world who have realistic side but don't have the creativity side. But in this hackathon or other hackathons, you need to have the both. It's in the same time, it should be both creative, and it should be both realistic. And firstly, you need to think outside of the box. And think we have actually 50, 40 people over here who will look at this presentation and think the same thing. Why is the guy looking at the computer? What is that he coding? Some of you will think that why does he have a beard? So how can I solve this problem? How can I use this problem like using this much more efficient? Or much there's just cables over here which can create a problem for the computer. How can it make it much more wireless? And the diverse perspective is also very important in creative innovation. As a team who is coming from a different sides of the continents or different sides of your country, can look at different aspects to understand this image better, understand the script better, and create much more innovative and creative way. I will give you an example about that. If I look at this mug, an engineer will say it needs to take more water inside of it to make it more efficient with less material. But if a designer will say, we need to paint it better. We can paint here. We can paint some human symbols over here or stuff. But the also business developers say we need to sell more, so we need to make it much viable for the people. So if you make the unify this all aspects of the people's ideas, we can create the perfect mag. Maybe it won't be the most efficient cup in the world. Maybe it won't be the most good-looking cup in the world, but it will be cup, perfect cup. It will be cup that people would like. It will be cup that will be cheap. This will be the cup that will take most water inside of it. So we talked in the last presentation. Time limitations are very important. So we need to create, and it's a competition also. We need to create that people want to create. We need to create people will wanting, and so we can take a point in front of them. Think, most of you will work 14 days, 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day, maybe. But if you want to pass their competitors and be the first or second team, you need to be much more creative and take an edge in front of them. It's also very important. Also, the competitive environment creates creativity and innovation generally, because, as we said, there's a competition and there's the intense competition over here. Everybody has the same time, maybe it's also a short time. They want to create the big differences between you, but due to that, you need to be creative and innovative. And intense focus and energy is also very important, because if you want to be creative and innovative, it's not the easiest thing, right? It's not the easiest thing to do think outside of the box. It's not the easiest thing to do think the people won't think. So you need to be focused, you have to be energetic, you can be much more energetic with your team, you can be much more energetic with your energy drink, or maybe just a walk in the morning or in the night. It will be better for you. And the most important thing is the motivation to win. Motivation to believe I can win this competition. I can be the first team. I can be the second team. My project will work. My project will be help the people to solve their problems. And my project will be creative. It's also very important to believe it will be creative. If you won't believe it, it won't happen. How can it happen if you won't work it, or if you won't believe it? That's a big question. And also, you can use techniques like mind mapping to create some schemes like Miro, or adding other app. You can set it from the Google to. It's like creating a tree, right? If I know where this tree came from, I can send where does it go. If I write some formulas on the paper, then I can understand, right? And where will it go? It will be much harder for me to think from nothing. But if I have a mind map, if I can see a tree, I can understand where will it go. And are there any guys who want to talk about their creative ideas or some innovative thing they have done? It will be nice to hear from you guys.
Kalab, would you like to tell us about your graduation project? I think that's an interesting and innovative one. Would you like to share it with the audience?
Did you call me? Sorry.
Yes, Kalab.
You said to share what?
So Ekin was asking about some innovative ideas, and I thought of your graduation project. I believe it's a very innovative and useful one. Yeah. So would you like to share it with us? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So my project basically was a vending machine. So kind of a vending machine chain. So the users would have an app. So every vending machine would have a QR code stamped on it. So it wouldn't have any kind of money exchange box or anything. So it would have only the QR code and the items. So the user would just go onto any vending machine, would scan the codes, and just buy item from his phone. So the items in the vending machine will be displayed on the app on the user's phone. Then the user would just click one, and the money will be deductible from the account the user have on their phone. So then the machine would just dispense the item. That was my thesis project.
It's a great idea. Great idea. As you can see, we have problem, right? Anyway, I do want to talk about the problem over here. What is the problem that you have solved?
Here, so the problem is just not using the cash money. So vending machines currently work with, especially the ones in Ethiopia, with coins or cash. So now no need. There's no need for cash. It needs all to be digital. So one of the problem is going digital, and the other one is just the market analysis. So the vending machines chain would know which items are sold where, so he would know where to market, where to focus their marketing on. So that is one of the two of the main objectives we try to solve. So we try to address.
So great, Caleb. Great. That's work. Did it realize in the real life? How you realize it in real life?
What do you mean realize?
Like just create some machine with QR code.
Yeah. So yes, we did realize it. Kind of a prototype with what was a microcontroller and a few springs, four items technically, and also we built the mobile app and the website to control the success of the selling.
Great to hear that. And I will continue about the collaboration networking in the hackathon. As it talks in many ways, the collaboration is the key for your hackathon win, because as individual, we're nothing in the grand scheme of things. We cannot do everything in a project. We can do both time developing, business development, and designing. So in the collaboration every any way we can do. In this talk, we need to divide tasks and responsibilities because everybody has his own talents, everybody has his own schedule, everybody has his own background. And one of the important things in hackathon, interacting with the other teams, right? Because there are many teams over there who is trying to solve the same problem or creating the same project for the same topic. So we can learn from each other. Also, most of you has some of the brightest minds in Ethiopia, right? You will, if you know each other today, you will see each other in the future for sure. Like maybe as a president of Ethiopia, as a minister, or one of the CEOs in an Ethiopian tech company, everybody always has some kind of special. So you need to go for the other teams to learn from their ideas, their backgrounds, their projects, to improve your project, or also taking improve your project from your ideas, because sometimes I think outside look is very important, because think like this mug again. If you look inside of this mug, you can just the shape of it, right? It's like you can see just the water over here, just the size of it. But if you look from outside, you will see all aspects of it. So it's very important to take a look from outside, so you can interact with other teams to learn your project better, and sharing ideas and experiences with each other. So because every people has own story, and as a person, I can learn much from you because you have much different experiences than I, and it's like the hackathon, but if you say after the hackathon with you, the experiences, the ideas, this vision to the life. And as I said, all of you will be important figures in Ethiopian history, possibly. So you need to interact with another. Maybe you will see if you think like if you will be a CEO of a startup, you will need a CMO, and you met a great guy who's great marketing ideas and great marketing experience. You can just hire him. You want to look for the CMO, and this is the person you can trust over here. So it's very important for you. And also, as I said, one of the main aspects of Hackathon is meeting people, because we have a niche area, right? We'll talk about generative AI. There's many niche people in the world who's talking about generative AI. Maybe less than 1%. Maybe it's much less in Africa, possibly, and much less in your country. So maybe just 1,000 people talking about generative AI. And so if you know 500 of it, you can reach all aspects of this niche sector. You can find the best CTO a technical person in your area. You can find the best marketing guy in your area, and this will be huge advantage for you in your project and your career. So just go to other projects, just meet them, just learn from them, learn from their experiences. Just like it's very important, because if I make a mistake, I learn from it. But if someone make a mistake and learn from it, so I can learn from it, and I won't make this mistake, so I won't lose any resource for it. If I won't lose my time, I won't lose my resources, I won't lose my education. It will be very important. And there's someone who would introduce herself or himself to get to know some other attendees, and we'll talk in the future. I think it's so important, because everybody will remember you in this section who has a brave heart and talked in this audience and showed him or herself, and it will be important for you, I think, in the sector also. Talking now in whole people, in front of whole people. We can just talk about yourself, where to graduate from, or if you're a student, just talk about your university, and what will be your project. You can talk about your team. Just don't hesitate. It's a free environment.
Okay, I can volunteer.
Great.
Okay, so my name is Plena Safa, and I am A2SV remote head of education, and I'm really interested in machine learning and AI. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I love reading and watching movies. That's about me.
It's great. I won't forget you in my life, possibly, and most of the people won't forget you in their life. So thank you for your introducing yourself. And Mr. Viral, do you have any idea for someone to introduce him or herself, some different experience than us?
Sure. Let me take a look at the attendees. I think it would be nice to get to know Feiruz more. Feiruz, can you hear us? Okay, she is muted at the moment.
Sorry, Andre. Yeah, Feiruz just left to go to the bathroom. In the meantime, we have Manuel who has raised his hands.
Definitely.
So, Manuel, if you could continue, please.
Manuel, could you please unmute yourself and speak? We are listening you. Okay, looks like we are having a connection issue.
Imre, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back, Feiruz. Yes.
I late for 2 minutes. Okay.
No worries. And we would love to get to know you. Could you please tell us about yourself?
Of course. So I think you can see me as well. My name is Feroz. I am the lead of the community education. I am a graduate, and I'm a Group 3 student of A2SV. I'm already graduated, and I am a computer science graduate, recent graduate. So,
Thank you very much, Feiruz. And Ekin, do you have any follow-up questions to Feiruz?
Yeah, I want to hear about your story. How did you came to do computer science? Where did you come from? And your life, especially your experience so far. It's very important for us to hear, Fairuz.
okay, I see. Interesting. It's very interesting because I'm one of those people who joined the development through the COVID. So I was a lost freshman student. So yeah, when I was like trying to figure out what stream I should take in, I stumbled upon CS50. I don't know if you've heard of it, like Introduction to Programming given by Harvard. Have you heard of it about it?
Yep.
Yeah, I stumbled upon that. Then yeah, that's when my passion for technology started. So for A2SV, I was like a Group 3 member. So I have been in A2SV for almost 2 years now. It was an incredible journey, which everybody who's there who's joining us on YouTube through a live stream that I would like to join. I would like to invite you. It's a really live revolutionizing journey. It was for me. Yeah. So I joined A2SV about 2022. If that's the case. Yeah.
It was. It's great to hear it from me. Also, I was a freshman in the poets, and I had some same issues in my life. So it's great to hear it from another people in maybe another continent, and to see the same issues with me. I think it's important for our lives to understand the people around the world. So important. Thank you, Fairuz. Thank you. Yeah, and now I think we can continue with the competitive spirit and the thing that push us in our life, thing has pushed us in hackathon, and main thing is competition is pretty good. Yeah, it pushes us better, it pushes us harder, but thing is it needs to be healthy. Shouldn't harm ourselves. We shouldn't think bad of the negative with our competitors. We should be positive always. And we should focus in ourselves and our team. We shouldn't bully our teammates. And we should feel competition inside of us. And we should leave our passion inside of us because it burns us for sure. But it should burn our teammates. If it burns our teammates, all of us returning to the ash. And the other thing is, competition is pretty good things, and you need to push your limits because, as I said, everybody's here is clever. It has its background in computer science, electrical engineering, and has 2 or 3 days for its project. And if you want to pass them, if you want to compete with them, you need to make something different, right? And most of you won't push their limits because it's hard for someone to push their limits because think like this pepper over here. It will hurt it to taking it from the both sides, right? But it will make it bigger in the end. Maybe its density will fall, but it make much bigger and longer in the end. But thing is, if you want to pass others, you need to push your limits to the end and achieve exceptional results. It's very important because those are things the same. What's exceptional? Exceptional is doing things different from others, passing them in other ways. Maybe you can pass them in your presentation skills, you can pass them in your project development, you can pass them in the market research, you can pass them in the coding side of those things. And for that, to push your limits, because uh, all of you is clever, all of you is the good education, but you need to make something different. And what you can do is push your limits. Everybody will work 16 hours a day, 14 hours a day, but you need to work 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day, at least for 2 days. I got it. Push your limits to get exceptional results. Never give up mindset is also very important. I don't think about mindset. As a human, we process our visuals in our brain, so everything in the world, we see it as from brain, and we see it with our mindset. And so, if you believe we can do that, we will do that in the end, because maybe our brain pushed that. Our brain want us to work more. So, firstly, you have the never give up mindset, that you will work to your pure limits to win, to have exceptional results, to win hackathon, go to Ethiopia with the amazing people, to fasten up your career. You need to push your limits at least 2 days and have a never give up state mindset in for 2 days. And can you tell us about your health competition experiences in life? And when did you experience some positive feedback from your teammates and the competitors? What make you happy in life? That would be great to hear from you guys. Mr. Varol, do you have any experience so far about a health competition in your life? When your competitor help you show something to improve yourself?
Definitely. So, like as you know, in Turkey, we have a high school entrance exam. I would say the first major competition that came to my way was that exam, and to be part of the top schools, top high schools in the country, you need to get a good score from that exam. So that's how I would say the sense of competition has come into my life. And it didn't finish there. During the high school, I was a competitive programmer. And for 3 years, we worked on data structures, algorithms, problem solving. And that is one of the reasons why I have become a good teacher in this field, because I started early. And like in competitive programming, in different competitions, it's similar to hackathon, but in a shorter version. So you have some time window, and you are supposed to solve some problems in that given time window. So the similar dynamics that you see in hackathon, since it's time bounded, you have to make quick decisions. You have to execute. You have to keep your focus high. Like it has been part of me, I would say, since I was 12, 13. And I love competition. Like in everything I do, I try to be competitive. If we play football, I'll still try to be competitive. That's how I believe we can sharpen our edges and improve ourselves. And I get a lot of joy from competition. Thank you.
It was great to hear from you. Also, myself is the same story. I had an amazing. In Turkey, we had also an entrance exam for the university. So, and I had a great class in my high school, which supported each other, learned from each other. I asked my algorithm questions to my friends to learn from them. And all of us have became successful. And because if you think like if you would compete inside of each other, that would be a huge problem for us, because we couldn't focus on those questions in front of us. We would focus on the problems between us. We would focus on the problems of your competitors outside of school. But due to that, due to our good humor, due to our a good friendship, we focus on the questions. We save our time with answering each other's questions. and learning from each other. Yeah, it was very important. Presentation skills. And this is a thing that much very important, because think like, yeah, you're a great project. You solve a great problem in the coding, or you could solve a great problem in your life. But if you can't tell that, nobody will know that. People cannot understand you. People can't understand the things inside of your brain. So you need to tell them what you know. You need to tell them what you have solved. It's very important. And effectively communicate adders is also very important, because the adders are very generally in the end very complex things. If I tell you this side of this mug, you just see the side of this mug, but I need to tell it all side of it. The inside of it, we're just carrying the water, the bottom of it, we're touching the table. So I need to tell all of it in the presentation, which is very effective in an effective way. I need to smile to make it people much comfortable with me, that they can trust to me, or if it continues positive way. And also presentations about generally smiling and making people comfortable with you. Think like in the life we smile at each other, right? To it shows if I send if I tell you a joke, and if you smile, it means you understand me, and it means we are safe to each other. We can see each other. If you smile when you're going to the scene, it means you're safe with me. I'm happy, and I will hurt you, and you will understand me in the end. And the seeking feedback is very, very important in the presentation. As I said, presentation is also a very complex thing. You need communication skills, you need limiting text amount, you need to have storytelling ability. So you need to have feedbacks in every aspect, because as a person, we cannot know every aspect of one thing. And so seeking feedback is very important in every way. And use appending videos is very important. So we have a guy who was looking it's very interesting fast with a mask from V for Vendetta. And you will remember this mask in your life if you watch the movie, and it will be, you will remember this. You remember the emotions that you saw in the movie in here to remember it. Also, you need to limit the text amount, because if I have much more text in here, you would look at the text and think it will be so complex for you to look at it, and you won't like it to look at, and you cannot catch me if I talk. You will try to read it in the end, and look at some conflict between my sound and this reading. So it will be a huge disaster for us. And storytelling is very important, because I talk for 1 hour for now, and you heard me. But if I tell some stories from real life examples, like a sheep, like a mug over here, generally because you see the same stuff in your life, you will understand much better. You will remember this problem in your life. You'll remember this mug in your life. When you see a mug, you will remember an example over here, and you can embody it with your life. That's very important by storytelling. And the handling QA is very important. As a person, I always think, what will be the questions? What will the problems will be? And if everyone has answered the questions, I ask it myself. And also important thing is like hackathons, also asking your friends as a presentation guy, as your developers, also and other team members, what will you ask me if I make this presentation to you? And of course, they will have some questions, so you have some idea, and you'll gain trust from it in these questions with your answer your presentation. And people are not the unique ones. We have most of us have the same ideas and some questions. So in the end, jury will have the same questions with your friends in the end. And also, you can look to background of the jury to understand what will they ask. Like think like I work in data companies. I work in finance. So I'll ask you something about data and finance generally, so we can prepare this section about data and finance for this jury especially. And you can think fast. Only can think fast if you make much practice in this topic. If you know this topic well, you can answer all questions. If you can see the manga in all size, you can tell me every aspect of manga, everything about Mac. And why do you think storytelling in your life is important? Why do you think our grandmothers tell us stories, our mothers tell us stories, then you tell your friends to your stories, and I think they're important. What do you think about this, guys? What do you think is, why do we tell stories to each other? Why do we need to tell stories to understand each other better? What do you think about guys? Mr. Varro, what do you think about that? Why do we need storytelling in our life?
Like I would say, when we communicate just with pure facts, they don't get sticky enough. Like in life, we are going through stories. Like we are not living the life based on pure facts. There are different stories that are happening in everyone's lives. Therefore, our brains are better suited to capture stories. And for that reason, if we want to make a point, it is better to make it in a way that the listeners are going to not just understand, but the information is going to stick there. Therefore, like it makes it easier for the audience to relate it to something that they already know. I think Firal is making a good contribution in the chat window. He says, stories help us make our statement more relatable to others.
Definitely. I think so. It's really important to, if I tell a story, we can each other better because we shared common culture in the end. We have some stories. We saw some guy from Vendetta all around the world. But that's very important. And as we can see, but we have facts in the presentation, right? Because we can write the whole story in the presentation. We need to tell it from our mouth, right? People won't read it. It will be much complex for people to read it. We show the facts here because they're shorter, and we are showing in the presentation the facts that will be important for a project and what for a message in the end. So it's very important. Everything is its own way to tell. The facts have to tell like that. Stories and the general information need to tell by a mouth and story. And the feedback sessions are very important because, as I said, people see things in different size. And so I need to ask to improve myself, I need to improve my mug to better. And I can ask the 1,000 people with see my different size. They'll set some points over here, they'll set some shape over here, and so it will be different for them, so I can understand to collect feedback and find the median of it to create a better mark. Also, everybody can tell the exact messages when they're talking, so I can analyze the feedback. I can analyze their what they want to say, what's their background, why did they say that, and also having growth mindset is very important. Things like I can go up to as a tree, right? But if I can look up, right, and it will be hard for me to look up, and I can understand because I'm inside of the mic. I can understand what's happening outside of the mic, right? If I find someone who can find different aspects from the mic, I can change our life a lot. Make it easier because now I can see a sort of mic, I can improve it better, and I can sell better because I will be direct feedbacks from the jury and to my teammates who's in tech, who's in engineering, and also having a feedback from three people is very important. I think like it would be nice to send this manga to the farmer or common people, but if I send my software in my phone to the common people, they will understand it. They can find, they can get a correct feedback to those fonts, UI and UX, and other softwares. But sometimes people like Mr. Rural, he knows how the software works. He knows hardware works. He can send me a good feedback about that. And also the feedback is the breakfast of the champions. If you want to be champion, you need to improve yourself. You need to take feedback from audience, to understand the audience better, to improve your project better. So that's very important. And do you have any feedbacks so far to the presentation? What can we improve? And have you taken advantage of feedback in your life so far? How it's changed your life? Mr. Rural, do you have any idea about that?
So if we start with the presentation, Ekin, I would say one thing we can do better next time, maybe having a rehearsal, and like we can time ourselves better. Sometimes it may have felt a bit difficult to understand for our audience who may not be very familiar with our accents. So that's one thing that I've seen as a room for improvement. And good can always be better. Like it is very
Definitely
important for all of us to see it this way. Like in life, pretty much everything we work is work in progress. Therefore, like being open to feedback, hearing other people's suggestions, this is a very important one. Like now, even for our hackathon organization, we started collecting feedback. And like one feedback that I would love to share with everybody, which I believe can be helpful, is definitely start planning early. This is one feedback that we are receiving currently. And the second one that we are receiving is having a plan B. Like in case something went wrong, what are you going to do? How are you going to get things fixed? Because in life, not everything goes according to plan. And like being ready mentally with respect to experiencing some obstacles and like having a ready plan B, this is an important one. So those are my great, let's say, feedback intakes so far since the beginning of our A2SV Generative AI for Africa Hackathon journey. Thank you, Ekin.
Oh, thank you for your feedback. As you can see, I haven't seen that. For me, yeah, we had problems, but I couldn't think it for this presentation. So now I can think it. I can understand the hackathon better from these feedbacks. And if you have any feedbacks, guys, just feel free to share. It will improve us. I will thank you for that. Okay. We can write it from chat if you want, or you can send Mr. Vura's mail or my mail. Conclusion: the harnessing the power. Every person has its own power. Have some ideas, have some strong sides of hers, and but harnessing power is important. Like all of us use fire. It burns in different colors, burns in different ratio, burns in different temperature. But we need to harness the power of the fire to cook, to create some steam to work with our machines, or create some energy from it. So firstly, we need to understand what can we do from this fire. I want to tell for you the burning oil and if a burning oil and a burning chemical and burning wood is very different to very different things. Both are fire, both are burning, both has some energy. But if you drop a water on a wood, it won't go down. It will go down. Sorry, if you throw water on a wood, it will go down. It will just burn out. But if you go throw water to the burning oil, it will just blow up due to some hydrogen oxygen reactions with the water, with the with the oil's fire. So every fire, every human has its own dynamics. So you need to understand firstly to understand the people to harness their power. So for that, we need to create ideas, and we create to we started to answer ourselves to tell the people then who's us, what can we do, what can we add to this team, and we're still trying to clear way. And we need to collaborate with each other to harness all of us this power, like uniting the fires to burn the sky. Those are very important. So for to solve complex problems, as I talked and mentioned many times before, the complex problems requires different aspects, different visions. So we need to unite the fires now, or the unite the waters, unite some chemicals to burn out the burning oil. So it's very important. Also, culture of innovation. We need to believe the same innovation culture. All of us need to want to go up. All of us want to create new things. All of us want to think out of the box. They will accept it, and they will trust you. It's also very important. They need to trust you. You need to create a safe of trust inside your team, because you cannot. Every person can control each other, and you won't see everybody's work in a process. So you need to trust your teammates' works in this process, and you need to. So for that, you need to believe in the same ideas, same culture of innovation. And in the end, my thing is celebrating and being happy. Yes, you're in a competition. Some of you win, some of you won't achieve first or second degree. But the thing is, you're enjoying your time here. Think like this is a good example in my life. I will learn great things. I've listened to Mr. Tash and Mr. Wallo here. I have now had some ideas, at least as some top people from other continents. And I met with great guys from my country, from this niche sector that I will work in the future, I will see in the future, that will bolster my career in my life. And in the end, just be happy, because you're spending time here, you're investing time here, but now you're getting something. At least you're getting a vision, and you're improving English in the end. So celebrate it. Whatever the result is, just celebrate it and just be happy. And what do you think, guys, about the fire that makes you stand out among the other competitors? What makes you special, and what will make you successful in this campaign? What do you think about it? And I think Mr. Raul can start about that, and I would really like to hear his ideas about this topic.
First, I would like to start from A2SV. Like, how are we going through these steps at A2SV? Like in our project development, also everything starts with ideation, and we source ideas from everybody in our organization. So ideas can come from our students, can come from our advisors, our staff members. So we are open for ideas from anywhere. And at A2SV, we try to do things that are bigger than ourselves. So what does that mean? Instead of trying to limit everything for high quality, we try to achieve high quality with scale. Everybody, including myself,
We take responsibilities that we are not ready for. And we learn, we grow. Because everything, we get the best experience by doing it. Even organizing this hackathon is something that we haven't done something similar in the past at this scale. Still, we are learning a lot from it. It's not perfect, but we know it's going to help a lot. It's going to ignite the power of innovation. And this is going to set the basis for next year. So when it comes to solving complex problems, we cannot do these by ourselves. It is extremely important to understand where the real problem is. Because when we look at problems in life, we can see the broader problem, but it may not tell us where exactly we need to put the needle to fix things. Therefore, solving complex problems require, first, a detailed analysis, having conversations with the real stakeholders of the problems, understanding things through their lenses rather than ours. So our previous session was provided by Mr. Yekta, and he's a guru in innovative idea generation. And one point he has made was, Emre, majority of the ideas fail because they do not understand the problem well enough. The scope is super important. You may realize a pain point for the customers. If you do not see what is the root cause, you may try to solve a symptom, and that's not going to cure the disease. So this is so important. The advice I would like to share with the teams: do not make assumptions in your mind. Go to the field, talk to real problem owners, see the world through their lenses. This is going to set you for success in solving complex problems. And do not afraid of making innovations. When you are making innovations, you are going to break things. This is the nature of innovation team. If you innovate something, it hasn't been done before. People didn't try something similar. So be bold, be courageous, be brave. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as you learn from them, you fix them, and you do things better in the future. And for innovation, you need to think out the box. Because if you look at the world as all the other people see, you cannot bring something new to the table. So do not be afraid of coming up with ideas that are not going to be easily accepted by people. The world did not trust African youth. Even some people that are super close to me, some of my relatives, some of my professors, they thought I'm crazy. They didn't see the potential I see in African youth. And by giving up on my life in Silicon Valley, in California, relocating to Africa, and living most of my time in the continent, seeing the challenges, inspiring youth for coming up with technological solutions, this has changed my life journey. And this happened thanks to thinking outside the box. If you just try to please everybody in life, you will fail on day one. So some people are not going to accept your ideas, even your teammates. This is the nature of innovation. This is the nature of thinking outside the box. Therefore, don't be afraid of getting out of lines. To certain limits, guys. And finally, celebrate this experience. Why? At the end of the day, we will have one winner, 3 teams on the stage, 8 teams making it to the finals. However, started now, we are putting so many brain cycles to make things better for Africa. This is a noble cause, and any effort in this road should be appreciated and celebrated. So this is how I think about this, Ekin. I hope this was a good summary on how
It was great.
we can approach things.
It was great. It was very calm and very effective, very focused. It was great. Yeah, in the end, I wish you good luck in your hackathon. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy what you're going to do. Life is about living the moment, not just always thinking about the future. Yeah, and I would like to take your questions now. It will be good to have your questions now.
Ekin, I would love to kick off our questions. So you mentioned that you have won some hackathons in the past. So can you tell us the most exciting experience you had in the hackathons? Like, what was the project about? How things went? Like, can you share the story with us? Thank you.
Yeah, it's all great. It's all great. Actually, it was a very different experience for me. My boy come from a small town in central Anatolia in Turkey, which is not a rich part of Turkey, to be honest. And we went for a hackathon in Istanbul. And it was a really great hotel. It was good, enjoying the moment. We were enjoying the moment. We had a hotel, but in the end, we knew that we need to win this hackathon because the prize was pretty good for it's $10,000 for first place, and there was 5 big teams who can achieve the first place. So we enjoyed every bit of their time in the hackathon because we were meeting the people over there, new people, new bright minds all over Turkey and the world. And most beautiful part for me in the end was enjoying the people, enjoying the process, and meeting the people, and of course eating some great food. But in the end, also having a presentation in front of hundreds of people was also great for me. Everybody's listening to you, everybody's listening to your ideas, everybody listening your structure, your project. And also, the thing is, our project was about blockchain, especially Ethereum. It was about the Hopper network. It has some issues regarding their encryption, and it was having some huge fees it's got some huge money consumption in this network. So we have solved. We created some APIs, we created some algorithms to solve this problem, and we make it much accessible for ordinary people around the world. It was like $2, $3 for a transaction, and we will have thousands of transactions if you have this broadcasting some stuff. And we downsized it until 1 or 2 cents. So it makes it much cheaper. It makes it much feasible for much cartoons, much series on blockchain, and games over there. And yeah, and it makes the transactions also much private. And in our daily routine, we have some problems because I'm not truly free because a bank can see who am I sending money, or in the blockchain, everybody can see where I'm sending the money. But due to Omni Network and our project, Bromnia, and we can now make much harder to track the transactions, and generally it makes it much less feasible for a tracker to track the transactions. So it creates people much private. It makes it much cheaper, and it makes everybody much free in the end because nobody can track your life. Yeah. And the main thing was about that as people can use it and people have used it, and so it impact their life. It was a great pleasure to see people around the world paying class to the freedom, the real freedom and real privacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ekin. I think Feyruz also has a question. Feyruz, please go ahead.
So from all the best practices and hackathon details you've told us so far, You've had a lot of actually hackathon experiences. So which one would you say is the most important one? Or like which one would you pick? Like, would you want to stress all our participants on from the
As the name of the hackathon, right?
the name?
Yeah. Do you asking for the exact hackathon I enjoyed most, or was the most important?
For example, from communication skills, daily
Oh, okay,
estimation, best practices, which one do you want to like emphasize on for participants?
Okay. Thank you. Great question, Ferus. And I think definitely communication skills between the team. You can be the most skilled team in the world, but if you can't each other, you can create a huge project. Like as a first example, we have a human. If there's a problem in the soul, it's affecting much negatively to the human. If there's a structure problem in the bones, it creates a huge problem. And if you have a communication problem inside the team, you can stick bone leather to the soul of each other, which is going around to a place. So the first thing is you need to understand each other, each other's ideas, each other's problems. So it's very important. And also the selecting the true team for the projects. Everybody has project has its own flaws. Every project has its own needs. Every project has some own problems. So fitting the true team, and the most important, the communication. Also in the life, communication is very important. Yeah, I think. Could I answer your question?
Yes. Understanding each other and communicating enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And empathy skills. Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Ekin, we have a question from Abel in the chat window. So
I can
what would
see
you
that.
like to say? Sure.
Okay. I can see that, and so I can see that. Sorry, I can see that, and can you tell me about that? Because
I can read it, definitely.
Okay.
What would you like to say for a team of hackers who doesn't know each other before the hackathon? Like we have some people who join as a team, and we have some people who get grouped for the event, and they are just forming the team from scratch for the first time. So what would you recommend for them?
Okay, great question also. And everybody has some pros and cons. So firstly, you need to understand each other and ask your questions. Ask 2 truths, 1 lies. Play with the icebreakers. Just tell each other your stories, your background, so you can create a root structure in the team and sensory environment in the team. Firstly, you need to understand each other in the team. If you don't know each other, so then you can create a structure in your team. Who will be develop the project? Who will write the code? Who will write the design? Who will create the design in the end? And then understanding part should be longer than others. And you need to trust each other because you believe the same thing, right? You believe into the A2SV project. You came here for the same reasons, to win this championship and go to Ethiopia. And so, yeah, first understanding each other, then to think you're building the same thing, and motivating each other. That's very important, I think. And you can have icebreaking games for that, and listening to all each other's stories is very important also, because it means you're giving value to them, they're giving value to you, and if they can become angry, you can understand their reason why they can be angry. They can have problems with this topic in the past. So yeah, it's important to enlighten each other's minds. Yeah, and Mr. Vural, do you want to add something?
Well, Ekin, like what I would recommend for people who are forming team for the first time. Like, do not expect things from each other, especially at the beginning. What does that mean? Like, be the catalyzer, be the igniter. Do not expect others to initiate the conversation. Like you ask questions. Because somebody has to do this in the team. And if everybody expects from each other, then there can be a very long silence. And in some cultures where silence means respect, this can actually kill the communication, guys. Like we see this in, at least I would say, Turkey as well as in Ethiopia. So sometimes many people can get together and wait silently. I would recommend being brave and breaking the ice. You are not going to lose anything by asking questions, by initiating conversations. After that, the rest is going to be done together. But first, do not be afraid of breaking the ice. So be proactive, initiate the conversation.
Great to hear about that. Now I think I can stop sharing. Yep. And I will look into the chat. And one guy asks, can I take a part in the hackathon independently? Generally, yes, to other hackathons, but I don't know about the hackathon. Can they take independently in this hackathon, Mr. Varol?
Unfortunately not, or fortunately not, we should say, because we allow people to register individually. And with the help of generative AI, we group them. So we really want to foster teamwork. That's one of our objectives. For that reason, we do not allow individual attendance.
Live.
But
That's
again,
great.
as I said, they can register and they are going to be part of a team. It's just they won't compete as an individual. They will compete as part of the team, part of a team.
Great. Great to hear you. It was a pleasure to meet you guys. I believe in you. I will like you that you're spending time in here, not on TikTok or WhatsApp, or here, just improving yourself, working in your job over here. And I hope I just added something that has really improved myself to see some African youth working for their future, working for their country, working for Africa, to make a part in the world. It was a great pleasure to meet you guys. I really enjoyed it a lot. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. I would like to take your feedbacks in my email. I'm just bringing my email over. You can reach me if you have any questions on hackathons or questions in Turkey. Yeah, thank you a lot. And I'm following for the next attendee, I think. See you guys around the world one day. I'm sure you will be successful one day. See you.
All right.
Thank you, Ekin.
Thank you, Mr. Ekin, for sharing especially your experience about the hackathon, just general hackathon dynamics. We couldn't have found a better person than you because you had a deep experience in the hackathon sectors. You have competed and also won in hackathon, so we are very pleased to have you here. I hope everyone here have a great time and learned great things, especially those people who have registered individually. You know, when you get your team information, you guys have get great insights on how to move on, how to communicate with each other, and how to be productive with the people that you don't know. And even those people who have registered as a team, it was a great input from you, Mr. Ekin, and I would like to thank you. And I am sure this is the same for the participant as well. They have the same feeling, I believe. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and participating in this workshop. So we'll have one more workshop starting at 6 p.m. East African time. So it would be you'll miss a huge thing if you don't participate in that workshop, because we'll be focusing on what's generative AI and its applications. So you guys will have the chance to understand about generative AI if you guys are newbies in that sector, or even if you guys have some expertise and experience in that section. I'm so sure that you guys will found something new, something important so that you can take it and use it to your advantage for the hackathon. So I would like to say that don't miss out that session as well. It will start at 6 p.m. We'll use the same kind of platforms. You guys can tune in our YouTube live stream and see it, and some of you can also join the meetings. So yeah, that's a quick reminder. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Especially thank you for Mr. Ekin for sharing those insights. So yeah, guys, goodbye, and I hope I will see you in the next session.